NBC's Mike Barnichel's with us now from Boston. Mike's a local up there. He was a great columnist for so many years. Michael, this, we'll put it together. I'm sure this has been through your heart for the last couple of hours now.
Well, Chris, as you know, as you're well aware, this is a festive day in the city of Boston, Suffolk County, the city of Boston, basically. April 19th is Patriots Day. No one works. Government offices are shut down, and it's the day of the Boston Marathon, a 26-mile run from Hopkinton, 26 miles outside of the city of Boston, into downtown. The finish line is on Boylston Street in the city of Boston. Downtown Boston is very small, and it's enormously congested on a day like this because you have a Red Sox game that starts at 11 o'clock in the morning and finishes just about as the marathoners are running to their finish line, 6 blocks from Fenway Park. So you have the convocation of thousands, 35,000 people from Fenway Park spilling out of the ballpark. You have thousands and thousands of people from all around the world at the finish line waiting for relatives, sisters, daughters, husbands, fathers who have are running the marathon for various reasons, most of them charitable causes. This is a planned domestic incident. There's no doubt about that. I spoke to an eyewitness who was standing on Boylston Street with the finish line about 75 yards to his right. He heard an initial explosion, saw it 75 yards to his right, and then a secondary explosion within, he thinks, about 20 seconds, about 50 yards to his left. So that's about 2 city blocks where these explosions occurred, maiming hundreds of innocent people. 2 of them, we know now, fatal injuries. What he also saw, thankfully, there is an enormous triage unit at the finish line. Doctors and nurses and EMTs from all around the city and all around suburban Boston gathered to help the marathoners who need help as they finish the 26-mile run. Were it not for them, the injuries might be much higher than they are now. We now know there are 2 dead, at least 60 wounded, injured in 2 hospitals, Boston City Hospital and Massachusetts General Hospital. Those estimates probably will rise during the evening. But the triage unit was in operation. But in addition to that, Chris, as is so often the case, this young man, Andrew Kettlewell, a young lawyer who I spoke to, who was right there, saw a woman being helped, a tourniquet being applied to her badly damaged leg right in front of him. He saw a mother and 2 young children directly in front of him, and he and another young man covered the young children up because they did not know whether there would be a 3rd explosion. They were quite clear it was explosions. They knew it wasn't a gas line explosion. It was a bomb. Apparently, at sidewalk level, either in a trash basket or a mailbox perhaps, sidewalk level, a lot of the injuries were from the lower body parts of those who were wounded. Wow.
So, Michael, this is a direct hit. I was saying earlier, and I don't think it's that poetic to admit that this is a, you know, the thing about terrorism is to make people be afraid to live their lives and to have any joy in life and to go after targets like weddings. They always hit weddings or really nice hotels or really nice resorts over in Bali. They find people where they're most at ease and most happy, and they want to make sure they don't feel comfortable or confident of life anymore. They want to stir fear. And I don't know where we're going to find out in this investigation, you know, domestic or whatever. It's going to be somebody who wanted to hurt not just individual people, but the national feeling of wellness, of happiness. They wanted to hit us in a happy day.
Yeah, well, Chris, this was a stab at the heart of joy today, because no one down there at that finish line is there for any other reason other than to be filled with joy and happiness at the people running, at watching the runners, at just being there in a joy-filled day in this single city of Boston, a very small town. So that's what it was. It was like taking a knife and stabbing right at a heart filled with joy.
You know, I was just at our own Philadelphia marathon several months ago, and my daughter ran it, and I have to tell you, the feeling of a marathon, wherever it is tremendous cooperation and collaboration. People run oftentimes a lot further than they've ever run before. 26 miles, they may do 6 or 10, then they do 26. And as they're running along, there's just thousands of people just standing there with water cups or cheering on just to make those people do a little better that day and be happier and feel supportive. You're right, it is a community event. A true communal love fest. And it's not just about winning, because usually we don't win one of them anyway, but it's somebody who's really good runner wins it from somewhere in the world. But it's about getting in the thing, actually participating in society. And this idea of terrorism is to prevent that.
And it's a communion of people cheering for strangers. You're happy for complete strangers, people you've never seen
right.
before, people you'll never meet, people you want to offer a helping hand to, as you indicated, with a water cup along the way, or with a round of applause as they come around the corner onto Boylston Street exhausted after this odyssey of 26 miles. You don't know them, they don't know you, but you are part of a community in that one special moment, now a community disrupted by, clearly, a couple of terrorist bombs.
Yeah, well, this is a heartbreak hill we didn't need. Michael Barnicle, thank you, sir, for joining us now. Hang in there.